This is your October 2013 horoscope for the whole month. And I'm very excited about this because this is my very first YouTube video ever doing horoscopes and taroscopes. My name is Audrey Alison. Thank you for joining me. Let's just get right into it because I want to make these short and sweet. We're starting off October. There is a new moon that is 11 degrees Libra. So what this means for you, Aries, since Libra is your polar opposite on the astrological wheel, it is falling in your 7th house. 7th house rules relationships, partnerships, marriage. This is a great new moon for you to initiate new beginnings in that area. If you're single, you can definitely bet that you'll be running into some very sweet energy for relationships at this time. That's on October 4th, the new moon. So you want to set your intentions if you're interested in starting a relationship, or if you are in a partnership already or you're married. You want to create new beginnings for yourself. You might be interested in starting fresh, starting anew. It might be a honeymoon phase for you, or at least feel like it. You want to set your intentions on what you'd like to accomplish in this relationship from the new moon waxing to full. The full moon of October will fall on the 18th. Generally about 14 days after the new moon, you'll see the full moon. And on the 18th, the full moon is at 25 degrees Aries. Ooh, and you are an Arian, so this is definitely a blooming moon for you. I can almost guarantee it's falling in your first house of self. So what your intentions are set for the new moon, you will see these come to fruition at the time of the full moon on the 18th. Very lucky time for you. As the first sign of the zodiac, you're a cardinal fire sign. I'm sure you know. You're the warrior, not the worrier. You're the fighter. You get what you want. You're direct. You take action. Your suit in the tarot is wands. And I'm also doing tarot in addition to horoscopes. So some people might call them taroscopes. And I just want to take a few seconds here just to pull a card or two regarding the new and full moon for you in October. Two of Cups. This absolutely gives validation to the 7th house sector, which the new moon falls in for you. Two of Cups is absolutely the lovers joined together, not to be mistaken with the Lovers card in the major arcana, but the Two of Cups is blossoming relationships. And this is going to be fun, trying to fix my hair backwards. Blossoming relationships and just getting intimate, getting to know someone, starting a new love. And you might find in October that things seem especially heated for you in that arena, being full of fire. Also, pulling in the tarot is the 8 of Coins. This is a symbol of repetitive work, making a living, doing what you're comfortable with. So in October, you don't want to stray too far away from your normal routine in order to achieve meeting someone new or bettering your current relationship. You want to stick around what's familiar to you and what would be routine. What else do we have next month? October, well, there's a lot actually. On October 7th, Venus is entering Sagittarius. Well, that's a very good placement for you because Sagittarian are also fire signs, and you could be a little feistier during that Venus transit, but Venus governs love, and there's a lot of love brewing in October, especially for Arians and for Aries. And you, your own ruling planet, Mars, who governs you, that is your planet, it's the red feisty hot beast, enters Virgo. That's kind of an ironic placement. Virgo is an earth sign and it tends to be very grounded and steady. And Mars and Virgo falling in what sector for you? Virgo would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, sixth house, that's daily work and routines. That actually kind of relates to this card of sticking to what's familiar to you. Going into that, Mars going into that Virgo sign would mean that you're going to find a lot of energy in your daily routine. You could also, that's also, your sixth house is also your health sector, so you might have more energy where you lacked it in health. Here's one thing I want to warn you against, because it can't all be rosy. Having Mars as your ruling planet, you want to stay away from any intensive surgeries at this time, especially since we're getting into a retrograde, which I'll get into in a minute. Minor surgeries, yes, unless it's absolutely unavoidable. You know, if you need a kidney transplant, by all means, have one. But you want to stay away from any cosmetic surgery in October, maybe things that are unnecessary, that are just to beautify yourself. Mars might be a little temperamental or feisty at that time. And we're dealing also with a Mercury retrograde on October 21st through November 11th. And that is not the time to mess around with any kind of blood work, surgeries, needles, knives. You might want to also take care with what you're cutting in the kitchen or stepping over in the garage. A lot of people will get into some sort of weird accident in a retrograde, especially if they're governed by Mars. So just tread lightly, pay attention, keep your third eye open and your eyes open as well. So Mercury goes retrograde 3 times a year for 3 weeks at a time. So we're dealing with a 21-day retrograde until November 11th. This will slow down your communication process, your technical things, your phones, your TVs, maybe even as far as your automobile or things like that. Mercury is retrograde 18 degrees Scorpio. So, what does this mean for you, Aries? Scorpio is your 8th house. Rules your 8th house of sex, possessions, deep intimacies. So you might find during this retrograde of those 21 days, October 21 through November 11, that you are somewhat reserved about your sexcapades. You might actually slow down at that time, which is okay. You're reassessing. A retrograde will suggest that you revise, rewrite, and rethink your path. So you want to tread lightly during that time in your 8th house of possessions, intimacies, sex. But overall, it looks like a very intimate month for you. So you might actually meet someone and then pull back some during that retrograde to just reassess how you feel and if this is something that you'd like to go further in. There's a lot of action happening in October with major planets, not just the background planets, because we also have the Sun entering Scorpio. That's generally when all of people have their birthdays in Scorpio, which is on October 23rd, and that's until November 22nd. So that'll be Scorpio birthdays coming up in October. Yeah, there's a lot happening. On October 28th, Pluto sextiles Chiron. Pluto being Scorpio's ruling planet. Chiron is the wounded healer. There will be, and Scorpio rules your 8th house again. So, this is interesting. There could be, bear with me, in that retrograde that you're rethinking things. Wow, the sun's really setting here. I've got to get used to all this stuff. In the retrograde, you could be reassessing that 8th house for you. But since we have that sextile from Pluto, who governs the 8th house, in Chiron, the wounded healer, you could be healing from something sexual. You could be healing from something that happened to you in a relationship where you felt exposed, wounded, needing to reassess. it's going to be a deep month with a lot of transits in it, but I'm really happy about your 7th and 8th house activity, because there's a lot of people that would pay good money to have that action there. So I think that I want to keep these videos at about 10 minutes. So I hope that that was good for you, and it was really good for me. This is my very first video. Probably have to make some adjustments next month according to the timing with the sun. Let's see if we can, oh, that's better. Anyway, it was great reading for you, Aries. And just one last thing, I'd like to end these with one more tarot card. Okay, so what do we have here? 4 of Coins. You want to keep yourself reserved in that retrograde, because I'm thinking that you'll come out of that with a clearer mind if you take the time to reassess those deep, intimate situations when you do meet someone new. So again, my name is Audrey Alison, and if you'd like to share this video, do so. You can also reach me below my website, www.audreyallison.com. That's with one L. And also you can find me on Facebook, Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot. I'm also available for readings. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a sweet day, Aries.